of each of the Roman numerals you wanted about a paragraph, and I wanted to just check in that you're still looking for like a paragraph for about each of those sections, and you're not.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going straight into the I was asking for questions before the assignment. We're going to still touch on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can
I'm
look
just like
back to
trying
it
to like
later.
go
Sorry.
back before we come forward. Like anyone have any questions with regards to case controls, with regards to cohort studies, with regards to what you've read, experimental studies, the last discussion board and the cohort study, yeah, you had to choose any questions because the final exam I said is going to be comprehensive, right? I think I mentioned that in one of our class meetings. The final exam is going to be comprehensive, but it's going to be a mix of old and new information, as in old and new questions. So I'm just throwing that out. So if you are not yet comfortable with calculations, get comfortable, because like what you saw in the midterm, you're going to see some similar questions like that in the final. All right. So, any questions, any concerns? If you don't want to speak up now, you can still send me an email and we can meet one on one to hash out anything that you have as a concern with regards to lecture notes or concepts like we've done so far. All right. So this week is the disease investigation, outline, and reference. Now, for those that attended, there was one of the class meetings that was like, oh, okay, that is not compulsory for everyone to attend if you really do not have a concern. But if you really want to and you have questions, then do attend. I think that was 21st of September, that meeting. So for those that attended, we kind of like talked about this assignment, we touched on it. So I'm going to touch on it again in depth. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen and pull out the actual template. Please do not. Why sometimes I'm weary in posting handouts or templates to use is because in the past students kind of take those templates and write on those templates. Like you see them actually take the template and write inside the template and submit. So it's not really generic. They are kind of like they're not objective they're not thinking independently. They actually just almost like copying and pasting information. So I read my communication class. I post a lot of handouts, but those handouts cannot be copied and pasted on. I'm a bit weary with regards to that. Why I'm saying this is because with the outline, I know I posted a template, like what a guideline. Do not go in. I don't know how to explain that, but let me just open this. Do not copy and paste information onto that template. Please do not do that. So if you go to the content, let me share this. If you go to the content, you're going to see this. Now, in the content section, you're going to see this particular. So here, under content, under course guides and instructions, you see this, right? So in this, you have instructions and grading rubrics for each assignment in this class, right? So if you click on this, I'm sure all of you know, I'm just kind of going through the motion here. If you click on this, you're going to see each discussion board, case study, then the outline and reference page. This is the instruction and grading rubric for this. And click on this. It will open up to that. So Hopefully this opens. It's gonna take forever, but all right. So this is what the outline and reference page instructions look like to this week's assignment, right? So each and every one of you chose a disease. Um, who wants to use their disease as an example? Let's use who wants to go? Who wants to go with theirs? Let's use someone's disease as an example.
I could
This
start.
is like helping you out.
I think if we take turns, like I could start us off.
All right. This is like helping you with what you're doing, because I'm sure by now most of you have started working on your paper, right? Because this has been there all this while. It has been there since the beginning of the semester. So, okay. So let's start with Vivian. Vivian, you chose what? Hepatitis, right?
Hepatitis B.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with regards to this, outline, right? What
Yes.
I'm looking for starters, you're going to have a title page. Every assignment should have a title page. So you're going to have your title page, right? And then you're going to say it's your outline and reference paper, right? And then the first page, define the problem. I must see this Roman numeral. I must see the sequencing because it's an outline. I want to see the sequence. I want to see you with the Roman numeral I. That's the number. Define the problem, right? So the nature and the extent of your problem. So your problem is what, Vivian?
That hepatitis B is a global health should be a global health priority
Mm-hmm.
because it's a preventable viral illness.
Mm-hmm.
And so the numbers are so high, not just in the US, but across the globe, they're even higher.
Okay, so you see there that Vivian actually said her problem, her hepatitis B, is global. That is the extent of the disease. So it's not limited to the United States. It's not national. It's global, right? So you have, that is the extent. Now the nature is that it is a viral disease. She stated the nature is a viral disease. Some of you chose bacterial. Some of you chose parasitic. So the nature is what the causative, what it is. Like, is it a viral infection? Is it a parasitic infection? Is it a bacterial infection? The extent, is it national? Is it only is it an epidemic? So it's kind of like national, kind of endemic in a particular region, is only national, or is it global? Is it like a pandemic, or is it actually global in the fact that it's not only restricted to one region, but it's actually spreads across? You can see people suffer from hepatitis B in Southeast Asia, in Sub-Saharan Africa, in Northern America. So she touched on the nature, she touched on the extent, and then the significance. What's the significance of your disease, Vivian, of hepatitis B?